You want it straight from my heart. Tell me why.
Some voices define a generation. They carried us through heartbreak, summers, and every reckless moment we still smile about. But talent has an expiration date, and the stage does not always tell you when yours has arrived. Here are 15 rock singers who, by most honest measures, should seriously consider calling it a career. If rock history and the artists who shaped it fascinate you, consider subscribing so you never miss a video like this one. Number 15. Axl Rose.
Nobody ever told you, baby, how it was gonna be.
Few voices in rock history were as instantly recognizable as his. At his peak, that 5-octave range was something genuinely rare. A shriek at the top and a low rasp at the bottom, with everything wild and explosive in between. The Guns N' Roses reunion tour that kicked off around 2016 brought enormous crowds, and for a moment, it felt like something real was happening again. But recent performances have been uneven at best. The high notes are gone, the lower register has thickened in ways that strain the melodies. The catalog was built around a voice that no longer exists, and the gap between then and now has become impossible to ignore. Number 14. Vince Neil. The Motley Crue farewell tour that never quite stayed farewell gave audiences something they did not expect, an object lesson in how brutally time can rewrite a voice. Vince Neil's tenor used to cut right through a wall of distortion. It had an edge, a swagger, a party anthem quality that felt effortless. Concert footage from recent years tells a different story. The pitch wanders, the power is gone. Fellow musicians and critics have noted it openly, and even fans who adore the band have had trouble defending what they hear. The music deserves better than what it is getting. Number 13. David Lee Roth, Charisma. That is the word people reach for when they describe what made Diamond Dave so compelling. He was never purely a vocalist in the classical sense, but the voice was part of the spectacle, that half-sung, half-barked delivery that made Van Halen irresistible. His solo touring in recent years has been rough. The upper register has collapsed entirely. What remains is a kind of theatrical growl that occasionally finds its footing and then loses it again. He knows how to own a stage. Nobody is disputing that. But owning a stage and actually singing the songs are two different things now. Number 12. Paul Stanley. The revelation that Kiss had been using backing vocal tracks in concert wounded a lot of longtime fans. Paul Stanley's voice had been declining for years, something he himself acknowledged, and the band's decision to supplement live performances with pre-recorded support became a flashpoint. There is something genuinely sad about it because Stanley built his reputation on those soaring, emotional vocals. The power ballads, the anthems, all of it was connected to a voice that once had real range. What remains is a fraction of what was there. The backing tracks became the story, and that is not the legacy he deserved.
Tonight, I want to give it all to you.
Number 11. Steven Tyler. The Aerosmith farewell tour was canceled due to a vocal cord injury he suffered in 2023. That injury, during a residency rehearsal, tore apart plans for what was supposed to be a final run of shows. The voice had already been showing signs of serious wear before that moment. Tyler has spoken openly about how much harder singing has become, and the physical demands of those screaming, wailing performances have accumulated over decades. His range was extraordinary once. The love for performing is clearly still there, but the instrument itself may have finally said enough. Before we go any further, drop a comment and let us know where you are watching from. It is always great to see rock fans from all corners of the country showing up for these videos. Number 10. Ozzy Osbourne. His health struggles have been public and genuinely difficult to watch. Parkinson's disease, multiple surgeries, a serious fall, all of it has taken a cumulative toll that no amount of determination can fully overcome. He announced the end of his touring career, and the emotional weight of that announcement resonated with fans around the world. He remains a beloved figure, and his influence on heavy rock is permanent. But the question of whether further live performances serve the music or simply strain a body that has given everything it can is one that seems to have answered itself. Number 9. Roger Daltrey. The Who have never been a band to go quietly. Roger Daltrey's voice was once one of the most powerful in British rock, a full-throated roar that matched Pete Townshend's guitar note for brutal note. In recent years, Daltrey has spoken about significant hearing loss and the physical challenges of touring. His voice, while still recognizable, no longer carries the force that those songs were written around. The Who continue to tour with orchestral backing and scaled-down arrangements. There is dignity in that. But the raw, confrontational energy that made them legendary is simply not accessible anymore.
We're caught and feel, now all I can say is I threw it all away.
Number 8. Ian Gillan. Deep Purple continue to record and tour with a dedication that is honestly remarkable for a band formed in the late 1960s. Ian Gillan was one of the great rock tenors. The scream at the opening of Smoke on the Water's Parent album, the theatrical range he displayed through the band's classic years, all of it was exceptional. Age has reshaped that voice considerably. The upper register has been abandoned in live settings. Songs are played in lower keys, and the performances, while earnest, are a study in working around limitations rather than through them. Number 7. Mick Jagger. He still moves like someone half his age. That much is undeniable. But the Rolling Stones in their current form are increasingly a tribute to what the Rolling Stones once were, and Jagger's voice. That elastic, blues-soaked instrument that made him one of the most imitated singers in rock history has grown noticeably thinner. He had open-heart surgery in 2019 and returned to the stage impressively fast. The commitment is real. The question is whether the voice can still carry those songs with any of the original conviction. Many recent shows suggest the answer is complicated. Number 6. Don Henley.
Seems to me some fine things have been laid upon.
The Eagles continued performing for years after their original run, and Don Henley carried much of the vocal weight of that enterprise. Hotel California, Desperado, The Long Run, those are songs that require a voice of real range and emotional clarity. Henley has worked to maintain what he has, but the upper register has narrowed significantly. Recent touring footage shows a singer managing the material carefully rather than commanding it. At his peak, he was one of the finest vocalists in American rock. What he can offer now is a memory of that, which is a very different thing. If you have been watching this video and nodding along, let us know in the comments which singer on this list surprised you the most. We love hearing your take.
Welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place.
Number 5. Dee Snider.
Tell me not to play. All I gotta say to when you tell me not to play, I say no.
The man behind Twisted Sister remains one of rock's more outspoken personalities, and his passion for performing has never dimmed. But passion and ability are not always the same thing. His solo shows and festival appearances in recent years have been affectionate events, crowds who love what he once represented showing up to celebrate the memory. The voice that powered We're Not Gonna Take It was a genuine rock instrument. What he brings to the stage now has a ragged quality that nostalgia alone cannot smooth over.
Turn the power up. Waiting for so long so I can hear my favorite song to let down.
Number 4. Sebastian Bach. As the frontman of Skid Row during their commercial peak, Sebastian Bach had one of the most impressive voices in glam metal, a high tenor with real power and unusual control. He has continued recording and touring as a solo artist, source, and in various collaborative projects. The ambition is admirable. The execution is uneven. He still hits impressive notes on certain nights, but consistency has become an issue, and the performances range from capable to noticeably strained. The legacy is strong. The current voice is working very hard to keep up with it. Number 3. Bret Michaels. Poison's catalog remains a genuinely fun piece of 80s rock history. Talk Dirty to Me, Every Rose Has Its Thorn, Nothing But a Good Time. These are songs that meant something to a lot of people. Bret Michaels still performs them, still wears the bandana, still brings the same easygoing showmanship, but the voice has softened considerably, and some performances have leaned heavily on audience participation to get through the bigger moments. There is warmth in watching him, but also a quiet acknowledgement that the original voice that recorded those songs is no longer what shows up. Number 2. Sammy Hagar. His tenure fronting Van Halen produced some of the band's biggest commercial records. Why Can't This Be Love, Dreams, Right Now, all of it required a voice with strength and range. Hagar has continued with his own band, with Chickenfoot, and through various solo projects over the years. He remains energetic and clearly loves performing. But the voice has settled into a narrower, rougher zone than it once occupied. He sings within his remaining range rather than across a full one, and the difference is audible to anyone who goes back and listens to how he sounded in the mid-80s. Number 1. Robert Plant. He is perhaps the most interesting case on this entire list precisely because he has largely refused to chase what he once had. The voice that sang Stairway to Heaven and Whole Lotta Love was a force of nature, something unrepeatable. Plant has said so himself. Rather than tour endlessly behind a voice that can no longer reach those places, he has spent his later years exploring Americana and folk-influenced music that actually suits what his voice has become. There is real wisdom in that. He is not hanging it up so much as honestly reinventing. And for that, of all the names here, he might be the one who figured it all out.
And though our health we drank 1,000 times,